If you were to ask the public, what are you benefiting? They'll say, no, nothing. Mining is not for us. It's for the big people, for the government officials and big companies and all that.
What this investment is actually contributing to the national economy was a peanut. Civil society organizations, they were shouting about this, but not with a coordinated voice.
We were interacting with civil societies they were mostly complaining on the issues. We had some from the religious groups, we had some from Policy Forum, we had some from just the CBOs, all pointing out the problems. But on the solutions, there was a gap.
We realized that there was a weakness at the parliamentary level. The committees responsible for managing the sector did not have the necessary knowledge and understanding of the sector, just like with civil society organizations. So that is when we launched the parliamentary capacity building project in Tanzania. But before we kicked off, this constituency development catalyst issue came in, and that's when the relationship between Policy Forum and the parliament kind of broke.
The members of parliament had threatened even, publicly that they would not collaborate with us if we continue being vocal against this constituency development fund. So that's how bad the situation was.
Then we said, okay, if that is the case, why can't Revenue Watch lead on the capacity building and engagement with the parliament in a transition, By so doing, we'll try to rebuild the relationship again. Actually, the most critical events that brought people together were the training sessions.
Even his coming at the beginning was, perceived with negativity. Oh, look at this civil society organization again. What are they coming to agitate MPs to do? Then at the end of the day, we realized, no. He just came to equip us with the requisite information regarding, the mineral sector. These people are genuine. They want to help us, So we have a duty to cooperate.
We found that we are fighting for the same bricks to build the same house.
Civil society energized the movement for the reforms of the mining sector, but also they were the sources of information because they have the experts, they have the time to analyze issues, to study issues.
The bill was to be taken in Parliament under certificate of urgency. Under certificate of urgency, that could not give an opportunity for people of Tanzania to contribute, to air their views.
So when we got the information, it was very, very short notice.
The public hearing itself was being held in Dodoma, where the Parliament actually sits, central Tanzania. It's about 5 hours by road. I mean, it would have been easy to give up and say, we can't make it in 48 hours.
I got an email from, a phone call actually, from the clerk of the Energy and Mineral Committee, and she says, we are going to organize public hearing in Dodoma tomorrow. Can you help organize, the civil society organizations to come? And I said, well, where is the bill? They said, the bill is not yet there. So what are we coming to do? And she says, well, you just come, you'll discuss what you know, you'll make an input, as it comes. And I said, okay, that is a bit challenging.
When the bill came out, the civil society organization, who we had to depend for the analysis of the bill, did not have the bill. So as a parliamentarian, I have a lot of things to do. I did not have time to go paragraph by paragraph or article by article and know what is the implication for it. So what we did, I had to go to the parliamentary documentation center and took the bill without the permission of the clerk of parliament. And these people, the revenue or the civil society organization in general, they were waiting for it in Dar es Salaam. So they had to ask somebody from Dodoma to pick it up and drive all the way 500 kilometers from Dodoma to Dar so that they have time to analyze it, so that tomorrow, by the time we go to the committee, we have enough information. So they had to communicate with their colleagues all over the world so that they get information. They fed us the information so that we had enough information to go and demand for some changes.
One of the biggest challenges in our work, advocacy work, is administration and finance management. It's always a block. So before you get the clearance, you've wasted a whole day, and we didn't have a chance for that. And most of us had to actually get money from our own pockets to support that and leave other processes going on. So thanks to the support that we got from each other, we were able to travel.
As soon as possible, jump on the bus. If you are anywhere, you have possibility of jumping on the bus, just jump on the bus, proceed to Dodoma. By the time you get to Dodoma, you'll get the material there. So the team which remained in Dar es Salaam worked around the clock to provide the information, to do the analysis, and provide the team which was on way to Dodoma with the material.
We had sent by email the documents around to everyone within the network. Revenue Watch Institute has access to lawyers who can, scour through, a document and input, and they actually did that within 24 hours. So
immediately we put out an advert on radio, and it was a very strong advert which we took out on radio, paid for it, and we ran it on air. We factored this in, that let us try to appeal to the inner conscience of the member of parliament. And I remember a line, one of it was, it ended by saying that now the destiny of this country is in your hand. I remember it's one of the MPs saying, now these people have gone too far. They have gone too far. They're now saying we are not patriotic. They're becoming too far. So that was for us was an indication that actually the message has sunk in. They really felt it.
When we arrived in Dodoma, the first meeting that we had in the hotel, everybody came with documents, analyses and all, and put that all on the table. That's when we came back and said, okay, we have to pick on a few issues that we can't do without. But this said, it doesn't mean even the civil society had a common position. We had nights of debating amongst ourselves. We differed on various issues because we had different understanding. But what brought us together, the bonding that made us together, is we are all together in this. We either win together or we lose together.
On the second day, the public pressure was imminent. There were phone calls all over the place. There were special programs on all televisions trying to put all this pressure.
Some of them were members of parliament. We met individually. We had done a good analysis, but we thought these documents would be very, very complex for them. So what we do, let's have a matrix. I don't know who brought the idea. I can't remember who brought the idea. But yes, let's do a matrix, a schedule for them. It was, what is the issue in contention? what is the law saying, what the bill saying, and what is the alternative that we offer. And that made life easy, section after section.
The team in Dar es Salaam was keeping this issue on top of the agenda. So they kept the lines, they kept working the lines, they funded the phone lines with the media, and providing press issues, and also we were able to provide our friends in Dodoma with information. They were working around with the members, and in case they needed anything, they could call back to us in Dar es Salaam, and we'd provide that information immediately.
One of the things that we really achieved was making our presence almost felt all over town. You know, we would be all over, and you really didn't know. We were very few, yet we were all over. You know, we'd be in the Dodoma Hotel where the members of parliament sit, and they thought this was so many. There was such a time when the media was saying there are over 90 representatives from the from civil society, but you know, the highest number I could remember was about 20-25.
Not everyone can go up there and read. Why don't we choose one principal speaker to deliver this material that we've organized here? And we had selected Amani.
When we go there, when Amani is sitting there, it will be civil society being judged. And we knew that in case Amani makes even a simple mistake, even a simple figure, as Semkai was saying, definitely the ministry or the people in government or the members of parliament, they would take that as an advantage to crush us down.
It was a huge responsibility entrusted on me, because it was about a compromised position, general civil society compromised position on that. Because I had my position, but we had everyone's position coming in, and now I had to deliver on behalf of a group. So this is our position rather than my individual position. That I think we had also agreed that we are going to act as, okay, we are known as activists and all that, but we are going to deliver this one as technical people, serious technical people, and we're going to give that technical feel to the whole thing. The hall is full, 200 people and so many organizations, and everybody's waiting. So who's going to open it up? So I took it up and said, okay, what we're going to do is not playing politics here. We're going to deliver a very technical and thorough a legal argument.
After the presentation, that's when the committee really started working on the bill. You know, we kind of established a technical assistance desk. You know, so the committee members would, when they had a technical challenge of understanding some of the clauses, they would walk out like they're going for a short call or something. But they quickly consult with civil society organization. How do you see this one and this one? And we could quickly give them our thinking. Like, we think this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then they go back again. So it was kind of a technical support, because the civil society organizations are not allowed to sit when the committee is discussing. One thing which is quite interesting, when you give such an information to the members of parliament, they will definitely use it, because that helped them also build their case during the debate. And every member of parliament would like to, you know, to stand up and talk about the issue. So if you give them this information, they will definitely work on it. And I was quite happy that quite a number of members of parliament were kind of paraphrasing, you know, the analysis, and okay, there you are, without saying this is an analysis from Revenue Watch. So they actually owned, you know, the analysis and made use of it.
While we didn't get the perfect piece of legislation at the end, it would have been a much, much worse law had we not engaged the way we did.
The way we work together set a precedent. We have seen even this year, when we have an issue of national interest, all civil society coming together, going to the parliament, making joint submission. So that was sort of a precedent, and I think the same has been repeated this year, and we're going to see a lot of this, having a collective voice and then present a united voice to the parliament.
I must say we've moved on from the past. When I joined civil society in Tanzania, I remember if you were given 2 days, 3 days notice to go submit anything, number one would be people starting to nag, saying that, you know, we don't have enough time. They put all their effort in writing a joint statement to complain that they weren't given enough time, and you know, but then that didn't happen last year. You know, we just said, okay, we don't have enough time, let's make the most of it. And I think we've moved beyond. But the key thing there, I think, to emphasize is just being prepared, because I don't believe government in the future will change the way they do things and give you enough advance notice. They'll always be giving 2-3 days, at best, and we're just going to have to be, continue being always prepared. The capacity building, I think, has helped enormously. I know people tend to be skeptical when they hear these buzzwords, capacity building, but in this sense, I think it made a lot of sense to prepare us to understand the issues and be able to do evidence-based advocacy.
We believe we have a good law now. Yeah.
I think the civil society organizations, with regard to the mining bill, well, contributed well, and I think we had to put the past behind. We just soldiered on to come up with a good piece of legislation regarding mining.
The law was really written by different people, not the government alone. And we said you must have a new law, and we had it with the team of stakeholders, fellow politicians, civil society organizations. We did it.